YouTube, man? We got another video from Jamari, man. That boy always be dropping some heat. Jamari, Logan Paul is horrible leaked messages. Let's see what the fuck going on, man. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, man. Let me know if there's anything that I need to react to that you want to see me do. Let's get into it.
Almost an entire
and I do stream every day on Twitch, TikTok, and everything like that.
Against CoffeeZilla. This, of course, all stemmed from Coffee's coverage of Logan's CryptoZoo fiasco all the way back at the end of 2022. For those of you who might not remember, Coffee was the catalyst to shine light on what appeared at the time to be an abandoned project that Logan was promoting relentlessly the year prior.
For the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project that I
CryptoZoo
believe will change the game. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take. September 1st, CryptoZoo.co.
This was supposed to be a crypto NFT based game that would allow investors to collect tokens, buy and hatch virtual eggs, and overall was supposed to bring this unique trading card-esque utility to a space that was on fire at the time.
I need to get a drink real quick.
Game first.
Yeah.
The token was built as a utility in the game. No one even knows what it is.
Now, of course, this did not pan out at all. The project was not very functional upon launch.
He promises the world a fun blockchain game that earns you money.
All right, chat, man, I'm back. I got my drink.
He did nothing, and the project was left abandoned.
And many investors felt left in the dark as Logan had seemingly moved on to his next shiny toy, 99.
Dude, shut the fuck up, bro. I know I can grab a glass, nigga. I know I can, bro. Shit, bro, I have my own house. Shut up.
Originals.
We launched Originals, 99 Originals, the project I mentioned, and the project that I've been working on for 9 months. Travel the world.
Shut your lips.
Polaroid,
I don't want to hear it.
The original 101 Polaroid, forming the Originals DAO. It's going to be a community with a community treasury that can vote what to do with the funds. And it's been amazing.
Why is the nigga
First
talking
one
so
sold for,
fast?
I think, 60K, the next one is 100K.
Of course, Coffee then drops his 3-part series, and he exposes Logan and really the entire team of shady people he had assembled to spearhead this venture. Now, in the end, most of the blame was actually put on the main 2 developers, Eduardo Ibanez and Jake Greenbaum, both of which are believed to have profited millions of dollars from their manipulation of the project. But of course, with Logan being the big name in the room, all these videos were really marketed around him.
But now I'm in a place where I actually do have to thank him for shining light on this. He just messed up by pointing the finger 100% at me in saying that there was any sort of fraud or scam taking place intentionally.
He had hired basically criminals who were selling on the back end, like some of the tokens. I think his mentality was, let me just move on.
And while the 3 main videos in this series specifically are not listed in the actual complaint, as it was beyond the statute of limitations by the time Logan would file this, 2 later released videos and a tweet were sufficient enough for Logan to sue him for both libel and defamation, claiming that Coffee continued to paint him as a scammer who was operating in bad faith, despite knowing the actual truth about what was going on in the background. This was a far cry from when Logan had initially gone on record thanking CoffeeZilla following the series.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
I low-key remember this shit.
Apologized.
I low-key remember this apology video, bro. That shit was all over.
Fire an ego, but the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be. Thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation.
But obviously their relationship would sour at some point.
It's like a little fucking annoying, that it bothers me.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's not a bed, it's a revolution.
And in a statement released the next year in a documentary about his life, his tone was completely different.
The CryptoZoo saga is far from over because it was a one-sided story. I've lost $500,000 on this. Where's the scam? These internet journalists, internet investigative reporters have way too much responsibility on their hands that is being mismanaged and wielded in a really inappropriate way.
Although Logan would later have issues with the interviewer from that series, Graham Bessinger, arguing with him during a TMZ interview where Graham says that Logan wanted to cut off the CryptoZoo topics at the documentary.
You're lying. Let me finish. The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, if CoffeeZilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Now that is the face of a man who is allergic to accountability. I mean, at the end of the day, he was the one pumping
Being
his
allergic to
project up.
accountability.
Kids are gonna care about
Sounds like a girl.
because of my project. Imagine your first experience on the blockchain is with CryptoZoo.
And he was the main reason that most people knew about it in the first place.
Shit, I know about
one-sided story.
fucking CryptoZoo.
He told it how he wanted to tell it. He told it a certain way that made me look like the captain of this ship.
But now he wants to say, oh, I'm not the captain of this ship just because they completely dropped the ball.
What responsibility do you feel for what happened?
I put way too much trust in bad people. What you just described isn't a scam. I took on a project that I was simply incapable of handling at the time.
As you see there, and as you will see in these filings, a lot of this is actually about the scammer label, and the literal verbiage of how it was used by CoffeeZilla.
6 months ago, I investigated CryptoZoo, a scam created by Logan Paul and a team of criminals. Logan Paul is refunding people he scammed if they promise to stop suing him. This is
Low-key, bro, y'all tell me in the comments if you guys like me reacting to these videos, or do you guys like think this is like, it is like a hate video, but like sometimes it's like good to hate on people that need to be hated on, you know what I mean?
This is what makes this such a massive con. This guy sold millions in NFTs, tens of millions of Zoo tokens, and he's not even going to release the thing he promised this whole time with his fans who he scammed. He's a serial scammer who's offering a minority refund as a last-ditch effort to save his wallet and his reputation.
And now over the last year, there have been several moves made by the legal teams of the two sides, as well as the judge who will potentially be in charge of this case. And at this point, you have had things that have occurred that go against both parties. I'm talking about leaked text messages, ulterior motives, hidden phone recordings, and letters from the judge himself. But before we get into all of that, I wanted to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video,
We don't
Sundays
care
for
about
Dogs.
this sponsor.
It's
I
vegetable,
love you though,
also-
but
and to go check CoffeeZilla did
great job
regarding
with the
CryptoZoo back in
sponsorship, but I
2022.
don't need to hear about
CoffeeZilla,
it.
on the other hand, has essentially been protected from handing out this information due to some sort of journalist protection law. But Logan's team says that he needs to see this information to prove the actual malice against him in the defamation and libel case. Because his entire argument is that CoffeeZilla not only called him a scammer, but did so knowing that Logan was actually the good but clueless person in the CryptoZoo situation. But because Logan is a public figure, he has to prove actual malice. So he says he needs the text messages, the video and audio recordings, and really anything else from that period of time to do so. His team also seems especially interested in receiving the text messages sent between CoffeeZilla and a YouTube lawyer named Attorney Tom, but we'll get back to that agenda here in a second. Now after this, Coffee's team tried to get this trial to motion for judgment, which basically means they want everything to stop right now, and they want the case to be decided based on the information provided in this pre-trial. Their argument is that when Coffee called Logan a scammer, it was simply hyperbole, and that no one should take his statements to literally mean that Logan committed actual fraud. They also argued that this was all a matter of opinion, citing a disclaimer Coffee places in the description boxes of his videos. But the judge actually did not agree with this, and he denied their motion to expedite the trial, which to me means he thinks that Logan might actually have a case here. And this would lead to them being able to file an objection to his decision, and this is where Coffee's team reveals these text messages between Logan and a friend, saying that Paul brought this lawsuit about to silence and intimidate his critics from speaking about him. In a text from December 2022, Logan would say, "Lawyering up, suing this motherfucker into the ground. Then everything will come out. Court docs public, so everyone will see what happened for the good or bad. To let others know it's not worth coming at you, there is a price to pay. That's the idea. I see the momentum building cause the throne is being shook right now. Need to shut it down. Public humiliation is always more effective. Totally agree." They also claim that Logan admitted to suing CoffeeZilla to straight up make his life more difficult and drain him of money, obviously adding major levels to his stress. They even say that Logan is straight up trying to punish him for reporting on the topic. In January of 2023, he would say via text message, "Zilla will pay one way or another. Make sure of it." They even note that when Logan's friend tried to talk him off the ledge, saying that he shouldn't really give a shit because he's a very successful billionaire, he replied in turn that he was a petty billionaire, and that he knows CoffeeZilla would have a hard time paying for a legal team and the potential damages incurred from the case. All while this litigation money is simply child's play for Logan's bankroll. I want the people who wronged me to suffer, while I continue to get wins on their grave. I mean, goddamn, this sounds like he thinks he's in an anime or some shit. shit. I mean, based on
The
these
anime
texts,
is wild.
it's hard for me not to conclude that he is looking for revenge on those who threw dirt on his name. I should note here that Logan has also sued the two guys, Eduardo and Jake, for the CryptoZoo failure to defend himself in a class action for the...
So we know that Logan Paul is a shitty person. We know that. We've been known that. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let me know if there's a video that I need to do.